Yes, I'm continuing on my Shabbat lesson. I left off last on the rule of the set apart, which I have dubbed it the rule of the set apart because it's seen everywhere. But I don't want to get too far with that because I want to stay scriptural, but also show you how the scriptures relate to everyday life and everything. This is not just some rigmarole that people wrote in books. This is the will and the word and the lesson instruction of the Most High, which He is teaching us. And it is vivid everywhere. And we need to start seeing that He is real because His name essentially means He is. Yahuwah means He is, which means He exists. So we need to start noticing the seeing and acting like and observing that He exists and seeing His creation everywhere and how everything works. The last thing I left on was order. Order. The evil one was the first to break order. And I'm talking about the rule of the set apart, which is order. Essentially, the Most High is the most set apart from all things, the most sacred of all things. He is the most set apart of set apart. And you might heard that as holy of holies, but holy it goes back to if I'm not mistaken, a Greek or Latin word which basically translate to mean glowing like the sun. Although it says that his and the Messiah's face glows like the sun, many people who do not have positive intent use this as sun worship and use this as a method, as they have done many things, like to take out the Most High's name from the books and other things to convey that, oh, the Most High is really the sun, when He is not. He's more set apart than the sun. He created the sun, and the sun is nothing but a servant of Him, just like the moon and the stars are nothing but servants of Him. So essentially, in the beginning, the Most High was, is, and will always be the most set apart. But in the beginning, the beast, the enemy, the adversary, who we call Satan, which in Hebrew means the accuser, was the first to rebel against His order, which there is the set apart thing, and all things revolve around this set apart thing, which the Most High was the most set apart, and all things revolved around Him, or followed His commands, orders. That's why the word order is used that way. To give orders is because of order. Um, the devil was the first to break this order. He was the rebellious one. He rebelled from the beginning. He proceeded to um, he proceeded to deceive us, mankind, the sons of Adam. He did it through Hawa, who is Eve in English. Um, Essentially, she then broke. Well, I believe it was Adam who broke order because uh, the the devil, the accuser, he's intelligent. He know how the Most High creation works. So he couldn't get to Adam himself. So he went to Hawa because he knew Hawa was made for this man. So she could convince him to do something. So when she went through him, he went through her to get to Adam. He got Adam to break order by following uh, Eve's advice or will rather than the will of the Most High, which really the will of Eve wasn't her own will, but the will of the beast. So then disorder comes into the world, and we have down the line people rebelling constantly against the Most High, and Him telling them constantly to repent, so that order may be restored. Um, but we see only a few kept this order, like Hanoch, who is Enoch, like Noah, who is Noah. Um, Many others like Abraham, father Abraham, um, King David, the Messiah himself, who was the perfect example of order. He was the perfect follower of the Most High. He followed his commands, his statutes, his ordinance, and his judgments to the T. He is the perfect example of how we should be. That's why the Most High set him apart above all other creation, because he followed the Most High's will more strictly, more perfectly than all others before him, more perfectly than Moshe, who is Moses, and more perfect than Eliyahu, who is Elijah. So we see that the Messiah also commands us not to basically rebel, especially politically. Um, not I don't mean not to speak against political authority, but I mean violently, not to rebel violently, not to fight, not to take control of a country through warfare or any other means that are similar. Um, because who the Most High sets in authority, he sets in authority, and there's a reason for that. When the Most High wills for that person, that authority to be taken down, the Most High himself will take that authority down. An example is in Egypt, how Moses or Moshe proceeded to kill an Egyptian, but that got him in trouble. Pharaoh was on his tail, so he had to flee to Midian. When he came back, before he came back, the Most High commanded him on what to do. Basically, to go to Pharaoh and say, "Let my people go." So that was his job, not to rebel violently, but to make known the will of the Most High, to make known the existence and the presence of the Most High, and to make known what the Most High will do if you do not repent and get yourself right. So, the Most High does not want us to rebel violently. How he will take our enemies down is he will take them down himself if we submit ourselves to his will and accept the blood of the Lamb who he has sacrificed for us as a Passover lamb, just like in Egypt the first time, where he commanded us to put the blood on our doorpost so the angel of death, or the Melech of death, which is angel in Hebrew, would pass over our houses and not touch us. The Messiah is the only way we may get to that the new Garden of Eden, Gan Eden, Gan Eden. But this can you still need works, because works without faith is dead, and that's one reason why we must continue to follow the Shabbat. I will continue on the next clip. Shalom.